Okay, Brian. So this is lesson information for October 2nd, 2017. Um, you're working on your snare sight reading, trying to capture dynamics and nuances like accents and crescendos and diminuendos if you have them, um, and being really steady, figuring out what your time is going to be, and feeling that internally so that you don't have to play a lot to be able to keep a steady time, because that's really tricky when you have a lot of sparse few notes. You've got to keep the time internally, or it's hard to read rhythms accurately, or you can read them accurately, but then your timing's not correct, which is basically what happened to you in the excerpt we're doing today. Your first read, the rhythms were accurate, but the time from one to the next wasn't really very steady. Then on drum set, you've got quite a bit of stuff going on. You're doing the eighth note accents on the Morello with improvisations, and if you want to, stretch out to do 2 bars on an exercise and then 2 bars of variation instead of, or 2 times through the exercise and 2 bars of variation, 2 times through a variation. So you've got 4 bars and you got a little more time to work with. But again, right now, maybe emphasizing getting into the exercise out of the variation really in time, no matter how square or repetitive or conventional the variations may sound. That's okay. That's this, the less time you have to improvise, the faster you play, the less time opportunity you have for creativity without it throwing you off. And then you're going to do triplet accent exercises. The next set in the book, you're going to do the first 20. Next section in the Morello. Just do it on snare drum for right now. Although if you wanted to start moving the accents around the tom toms, that's fine. Okay, and go ahead and put 2 and 4 on the hi hat with that, so you're used to putting it in a drum set context, at least that much. Then you've got number 5 out of my swing timekeeping exercises. Plus, you need to go back and review triplets, and also eighth note groups of 1, 2, 3, and 4 for speed. And you're working, and we talked about today about using 100, 125, 150 with groups of 4 on an eighth note subdivision. So see if you can push for 180, 200 over the course of a couple of quarters. And then on 4 mallets, you're doing some fifths. I think it's exercise number 1 out of my set. Bring that with you, and we'll start gradually adding to that and building your technique. And I think we'll be ready for some etudes probably well before the end of the quarter. Not necessarily when we play toward the level requirements, although, yeah, we'll see. I think you'd be ready for one that would meet level requirements fairly early next quarter, and that can be then a priority for the jury for next quarter.